Hi there, in this week's video blog, week 29 now, we're going to talk about breathing machines and three that are available. These are all available from Thomann, or Thomann, Thomann, and three fantastic devices. They're essential. I will kind of gravitate more towards one that I think is really useful. If you get the chance to own all three, I would definitely say own all three. So let's have a look at them. The very first one is the Flow Ball. It's absolutely brilliant. It's a little tiny polystyrene ball and like a pipe, and all you do is blow. I own about 10 of these. I keep them sterilized and use them with pupils and students all the time because airflow is obviously one of the most important things. We can talk about breathing in by nice warm air and sound, but the Flow Ball really gives us an idea of moving it through an instrument as well. One of the exercises I do with a Flow Ball and get students to do is to take the ball up and bring it down and kind of move it up and down like kind of press-ups. So I'm just adapting how much air I'm moving there just to change that and to get the ball moving. So I'm aware of increasing the speed of the air, decreasing it, and just really controlling the airstream. So when it comes to going back to the instrument, it just makes a lot more sense. And these are genius for any teacher, especially, grab yourself a whole load of these. Now, if you want a cheap option of this, not to take anything away from, the work that Thomann have done here with, all these breathing machines that you can now get in Europe. You can actually do this with a ping pong ball and a bendy straw, so you can actually make your own flow thing. So, Flow Ball, brilliant. The next one is, this is called the Tri-Ball Trainer. This is a bit of a torture device actually. It's really good. It's brilliant for increasing strength. It comes with this little plastic mouthpiece and 3 balls in the middle. Now, this is not a blowing thing. This is for breathing in, inhalation. So this is to help build your strength. So if I breathe in through it, so a kind of gentle average breathe in gets me the white ball up. You can see as I start to breathing faster and more intense, I'll lift up the other balls. Now, there is a marking on this as well. 600 cc per second gets the white ball to go up. So it's a stretch of the lungs. It's really opening out the intercostal muscles. It's working those muscles which really do strengthen your breathing. It's something we can't strengthen by playing the instrument. We can't strengthen these muscles by we strengthen them by blowing out, but we can't work them the opposite way, which will increase the strength even further. We can't do, like I watched somebody who's a boxer at the gym, and he was spending all his time pulling something back just to build up the muscles behind, so that when he pulls back, he's got something to move forward, and that kind of isometric exercise. That's what this works. It's kind of working your breathing in, because you're having to breathe against quite a bit of pressure. Now, to get the dark blue ball up, this is 1,200 cc's a second. This is quite a lot to get it up. So it's quite tough on the lungs, that one, to get that working. But what it does do is it really increases your strength, and it really helps open everything out. It's a brilliant little warm-up device. I've got one at home. I use this in my practice studio. I don't tend to carry it around with me. I don't tend to use it in concerts and things. It's just something I would use, at home, usually before I start to play. And the last one is something that lives with me all the time. This is an absolute brilliant device. This is the very first breathing device and machine that I got. This is called a breath builder, and the breath builder simply is a ping pong ball in a tube with some holes and a pipe, and all we do is so as I breathe through the breath builder, the idea is to keep the ball at the top. This is the best one because it works absolutely everything, and there's a lot you can do with the breath builder. So to go into what the breath builder does and can do, first thing when you get one of these is you'll do this. You will go trying to keep that ball up there. You'll be struggling, you'll be pushing the air through, you'll be kind of going, oh heck. You've got to really calm it down. That's the idea, is to get that breathing as as calm and as deep as possible. And the idea of the breath builder is to stop that gap. It's to stop going. It's to stop that break. It gives you a smooth, and it really works the lungs. Proof in the pudding of this one is you can get a peak flow meter from the doctor. A peak flow meter is for people with asthma, and you blow into it, and a little tiny red line shoots up the end of it, and it shows you what your peak flow is, how much air you're moving when you're breathing, and how much lung capacity and things like that. I have a student who's got really bad asthma, and they on average can get about 150. After about 5 minutes with a breath builder, apart from feeling a little bit dizzy, they were blowing at 500, 600. So it really, really works your lungs, and it's brilliant, not just for people who are playing musical instruments, but just for general health, just to get your breathing muscles working. Because it's something we never think about, we don't think about breathing muscles, we take it for granted. It's 90% of what we do on a brass instrument and a wind instrument. So the breath builder. Now, the good thing about this with the extension exercises, if you blow it, we've got these little holes here that I can cover. So once I blow it up and I cover these holes, that gives me some pressure against my lungs, which does exactly the same as the tri-ball does, but it gives me all these different exercises I can do as well. So covering holes really helps. Obviously, if you cover all of them, it's not going to work. Breath builder also comes with a smaller tube. So the smaller tube fits in, and this just gives you a wee bit more pressure again. And I find that gives me a real good workout. So breathing machines, they are really worth the weight in gold. These cost around about, the breath builds around about £18, something like that. 15 to £18, and it's worth absolutely every single penny. I would suggest everybody who plays a brass instrument, wind instrument, gets one, because they do make an absolutely huge difference to your playing. And what I will do, I will probably do another version of this video clip again to talk about the importance of breathing, and use somebody else as an example or something, just to show you the difference it really makes, and let them explain it to you. The tri-ball is a really good bit of kit to have at home. It really does help work you out, but you don't want to be doing too much of this because you can obviously stretch muscles and strain muscles. So tri-ball is great, but it's the kind of thing, leave it at home, do a couple of minutes on it every single day before you practice at home in your routine, and that's great. And flow ball is really good just for giving you an idea of keeping the air flowing and what airflow can do. I hope that's been useful. Don't forget, it is Thomann. There's the name and the thing there. That's where you can pick up all these little breathing machines. There is other ones as well, but for me those are the best. And I hope that's been some use to you all. Thank you very much.